welcome to another YouTube video. You can tell by the fact that I'm wearing my measuring tape that this will be another sewing video. And this is very fun. So, you guys know that I sew for a bunch of burlesque girls, some of them like very fancy and professional, some of them just burlesque babies as they're called. And I love sewing for all of them because if I sew for the very, very professional girls, it's really fun to see my work performed on #1 stages around the world, which is wild to me. Second of all, to see it like big and grand and someone who like really knows what they're doing and someone who's been doing it a long time and is very professional. But I have an equal amount of fun sewing for the burlesque babies because honestly, I think it takes a huge amount of courage to do something that you're unfamiliar with, do something like learn something new, and especially in such a vulnerable way, right? Like showing your body to complete strangers, being very body positive, owning yourself, owning your body, all of that stuff. So anyone who is willing to even try burlesque is certainly my hero. And I think that's amazing. So today I am making a costume for one of the burlesque babies known as Dani Royal. I've seen her perform a couple of times before, but I have never made anything for her. I mean, I've put like tearaway, like snap tape and tearaway pants and stuff for her before, but I've never created anything from scratch for her. And I'm really excited. So she came up with this concept by herself. I did not design this. I kind of like helped with some of she gave me the idea and I helped with some of the like design elements. But this is very cool. It's kind of the concept of the act is like shedding your skin and becoming like down to skin and bones and like emerging from the fire kind of thing. I don't really know how to properly explain it, but it's really, really neat. So she did the sketches, not me. So you don't have to look at my terrible art this time. Lucky you. So we're going to put her sketches on the screen and then I'm going to show you the materials. But essentially, it's going to be like a big baggy brown top and pants to start with. And then, sort of like under that, there's going to be like a burnt, fairy, ripped up, singed. I get to light shit on fire. I'm really excited about that. And then underneath that is going to be like a skin and bones skeleton bikini where I actually get to make bones and put them on a bikini. So like that's really fun. I get to draft like a pelvis pattern. I'm excited about that. So we shall show you the concept. I shall show you the materials and then we better get sewing because we are on a deadline. All right, here we have our large table of supplies. Um As you can see, this is quite random. Some of it is formed clothing, some of it is bits of fabric, some of it is clothing that's being turned into bits of fabric. We shall see. So this is the top layer. There's a pair of these really cool pants. She picked them up at the thrift store. They're all like tattered and stuff, but they have this weird word on the crotch. I don't even know. I honestly don't even know what this says. Smab tooth. If you could read that, let me know. I think it's a smab tooth. I don't know. Anyways, so I'm going to put some X's on this to make sure that we can't see that, and maybe like an X somewhere else on the pants to bring that together. There's also this brown sweater. We're going to put some snap tape down the front of that and add an X or two on that as well to make it match the pants. So this is the top layer outfit right here. The second layer outfit, we're going to use this. I think this is a big skirt. I'm not sure. I think this is a skirt. Anyway, we're going to use this as the base layer, and I'm going to make this into a tiny little top and an asymmetrical skirt. And then all of this stuff. So there's all these weird chiffon scarves. There's this t-shirt that we're going to rip up. There's this slip that we're going to rip up. There's this sweatery thing, this thing. I'm going to rip these up into just random chunks of fabric, and I'm going to sew them. So this is going to be like a tattered, burnt fairy that like rips itself apart. So that's going to be really cool. I love sewing stuff that you put a lot of effort into it and it looks like absolute crap. So that's really fun. We're going to do that. And then the last layer, we're going to take this black spandex and this white vinyl, which does have a texture. You probably can't see it. Can I get you to see it? Can we see it? No, we can't. Okay, it doesn't matter what I do. Anyway, this does have a texture to it, and I'm going to make some bones. And we're going to do a little bikini, a thong bikini, where there's a pelvis on the panties and a rib cage on the top. So this is a really interesting concept. I will show you the drawings now, which I did not do. All right, now that you're fully aware of the concept, we're going to dive right in starting with this because it's the easiest and I want to lead in with something easy. Sewing check-in. Now we're here. So I ripped the front of the sweater. I put the snap tape in. That's sewn down. Got a couple of X's pinned on here. Got three X's pinned on here. I don't know if that really obscures that enough. I think I would do something different, but this is specifically what she asked me to do. So let's hope she likes it because, like, this is looking pretty cute so far. All right, you guys, this part is done. We have a sweater and pants with X's on them, snap tape down the front. These don't need snap tape. She's going to be stepping out of them. So that's done, which is great. And now we're on to this. So we've got a bunch of different weird clothes here and scarves, and I'm going to cut all this up and make a mess of fabric scraps. Sewing check-in. Now we're here. I've spent a very long time making all of this fabric look absolutely terrible. So I cut all of this is shredded and full of holes and looks absolutely awful. So basically I spent a long time ruining a lot of good fabric, which I'm actually really excited about. So now we're going to start drafting the skirt and the top. And then once that's done, she's got to come for a fitting. Sewing check-in. Now we're here. So I have taken apart, that's the leftover fabric from the skirt there. Luckily, this outfit was so small that we had lots of leftover fabric from the skirt because oftentimes working from something that's already been a piece of clothing is not your friend. You think it is, but you end up with like weird seams and stuff if the pieces aren't wide enough. But this time it worked out because Dani Royal is a very petite human being. So we actually had more than enough to do this comfortably, which is great. So this is a little skirt and it's not very long. This is my hand. It's not a very long skirt. This side is like 9.5 inches. That side's like 12. So we cut it slightly asymmetrical. This is going to be the little crop top thing. And then these are going to be the straps. So I'm just going to put some snap tape in this. And then we're going to cut out the black bikini part so she can come for her first fitting. All right, you guys, we are almost there. So we've got the skirt, sort of. It's not much of a skirt. It's a tiny skirt put together. I've decided I'm going to add this burgundy lace to cover this rather than hemming it because it kind of looks a little bit more tattered to go with like that stuff over there. So now I've got straps, top. We just got to add snap tape. All right, you guys, this is as done as it's going to get until she comes for her first fitting. So now we're cutting out lingerie. So I check in. Now we're here. I have drafted the lingerie set. Again, the whole thing fits on my cutting mat, so you can see how teeny tiny this costume is going to be when it's done. But this is going to be the front and back of a thong with the gusset. This is going to be the bandeau, which is actually going to be more like a binder because I'm putting this thick elastic in it to hopefully like flatten her chest so we could put some rib cage on it. So I'm going to sew this together and then we get to start drafting the bones. So I check in. Now we're here. The panties are more or less finished. They don't have a pelvis on them yet. This is the bandeau thing, which is more or less finished. I just have to sew the bra back onto it. And we have this bag, which I forgot to even mention. So this is going to be tucked inside the skirt, and it has all this cool like string in it, which she's going to pull out at some point in the act. So we have to fit that into that. And then now we get to start bone drafting. Check this out, you guys. I just drew and cut out this pelvis stencil, which I think is pretty good. I'm pretty excited about that, actually. So this is going to look like, I'm going to cut this out of the vinyl, obviously. And then this is going to go like on here, sort of like this. And then she's going to have to stick these bits to her belly because it wouldn't make sense if it was so small that it just like fit right here. That'd be so small that it wouldn't read, right? So anyway, time to start cutting out bones. Sewing check-in. Now we're here. We're almost done, you guys. So she came for her first fitting. So I finished the top. Here it is with the straps and the lace. I finished the bandeau, which now has bra hooks in the back, except that I got to put these rib bones on it, but we're going to pin those on her tomorrow when she comes for her second fitting. Pelvis panties. This is sewn down and it's two-sided. That's fun. Skirt is done. And I sewed the little bag into it. So there's a little bag hiding on the inside to pull the string out. So second fitting, here we come. All right, surprise, you guys. It is actually done. So you're going to have to forgive. Don't these panties look cute? Oh my God, I love these panties. The top looks really stupid because none of my mannequins are small enough for her because she's so tiny. So I had to just pin it on. So you're going to have to forgive that this looks dumb. It looks really cool on her. Like literally even this one, even my vintage mannequin, it didn't fit on that either. She just has a very petite frame. So we're just faking it right now. So this is this skeleton lingerie set, which I love. And again, this is the top and skirt with all the tattered fabric pinned on. wouldn't fit on any of my mannequins, so you're just gonna have to believe me on the hangers here, and then you'll get to see it on her body. So we spent quite a long time this morning pinning all of these tattered, raggy bits to the skirt. It's very, come here, you. It's very textured. It's very layered. It's very like burnt and gone through the shredder looking. I just love it. I'll show you this as well. Here's like the back of the top. It's all tattery and stuff. I'm sorry this is not the best footage. It just does not fit on my display mannequins, so you're just gonna have to believe me. Anyways, so this is going over top of this. It kind of has like almost Day of the Dead vibes. And then the brown top and pants that you saw earlier, she already took that. So now you get to see Miss Dani Royal perform this on stage. Get excited because I am. So there you have it, Miss Dani Royal performing. I don't know. I don't even know. I still don't even know what that was. It was very interesting. I can't say I've ever done a burlesque costume like that before. It was very cool. It was very like, I mean, you saw it. The brown outfit, then the weird tattered thing in between, and then the skeleton bikini. Like, I absolutely loved it. I'm not entirely sure what I watched, but I did love every second of it. And one of the things I love most about sewing for burlesque girls, or burlesque people rather, they're not all girls, is there's so many different body types with so many different concepts. And I do a lot of burlesque costumes for people that perform very pretty burlesque with fans and rhinestones. And I absolutely love that. But I also love people that do like weird burlesque because number one, that's obviously more in my wheelhouse. And like number two, it's burlesque can be anything, right? And when you think of it, most people think feathers and fans and rhinestones, and that's absolutely valid and beautiful. But it can also be weird. It can be grungy. It can be dirty. It can be like it can be a lot of different things. And I think it's really cool when people showcase different aspects of burlesque that you don't get to see every day. And Miss Dani Royal did exactly that. And she did a fan fucking tastic job at it. Like the movement, the emotion, ugh, loved it. And we might be working on something together in the future. So keep your eyes peeled for that. So I hope you liked this video. And if you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to subscribe to my channel, if you haven't already, that would be amazing. If you want to follow me or Miss Dani Royal on any of the social medias, we're going to put them all below for you. I am going to put the original video on my Patreon with the not changed music. Obviously, we have to change it for copyright on YouTube, so it is what it is. But if you want to see the real one that she performed, go to my Patreon. It will be there. And I believe that's it. Like, subscribe, follow us both on social media. And I shall see you around for my next sewing video because, like, this is my project rack. I have a lot to do.